My daughter tried to prove I was losing my mind. She filmed me. She documented me. She whispered about me in rooms she thought I couldn't hear. She told doctors I was confused. She told the court I was unsafe. She told everyone I was fading. But she made one mistake. She forgot who taught her how to keep records, and by the time she realized it, it was too late. If you believe dignity should never be stolen in silence, stay with me. This story is not easy to tell, but it matters. Her name is Caroline, and she didn't start with cruelty. She started with concern. "Dad, you already told me that." It sounded harmless. "Dad, you forgot what day it is." Gentle. "Dad, maybe you shouldn't be driving alone anymore." Careful. Concern, when repeated enough, begins to feel like diagnosis. I laughed the first time. I hesitated the fifth. By the 10th, I was checking the calendar twice before answering her. That's how doubt grows. Not like a storm, like mold, quiet, spreading, unnoticed until it's everywhere. Caroline always believed I held her back. When she was 13, she wanted to quit piano and become an equestrian. I couldn't afford a horse. I paid for lessons once a week. In her memory, I never supported her passion. When she was 23, she wanted me to invest $40,000 in a boutique. I refused. I had seen enough businesses fail in my hardware store days to know optimism isn't collateral. "You don't believe in me," she said. That sentence became permanent. Over the years, she built a story where I was the villain of her limitations. And when her third business collapsed under debt and lawsuits, she needed a new explanation. "Just for a little while, Dad." That's how they moved into my house. Caroline and her husband, Victor. Boxes in my hallway, their furniture rearranging my living room, their voices filling space that used to be quiet. At first, it felt like family. Then, it felt like supervision. She reorganized my medication drawer. "You're mixing these up," she said. I wasn't. But she bought a digital dispenser anyway. Then came the questions. "What did you eat this morning? What time did you wake up? What's the date?" Sometimes she asked casually. Sometimes while holding her phone chest high. The first time I noticed the red recording light, something inside me shifted. One afternoon, I walked into the kitchen and couldn't find my wallet. I searched the counter, my jacket, the side table. Caroline appeared instantly. "Dad, calm down." Her voice was soothing. Her phone was recording. Later, I found my wallet in a drawer I never used. I began noticing small things out of place. My reading glasses moved. The thermostat adjusted. My mail opened before I saw it. Every confusion had an audience. Every stumble had documentation. Then the fatigue started. Heavy afternoons. Slow thoughts, words slipping mid-sentence. Caroline looked almost relieved. "I was afraid this was coming," she told Victor one evening, loud enough for me to hear. She began adding drops to my evening tea. Natural sleep support. It tasted bitter. Within weeks, I was doubting myself. Was I repeating stories? Was I forgetting appointments? Or was I being told I was? There's a terrifying difference. The paperwork arrived disguised as protection. "Limited guardianship," she explained softly, "so I can help manage things." Manage what? My bills were paid, my investments steady, my mind uncertain. I refused to sign. 3 weeks later, I was served official notice. She had filed anyway, claiming cognitive decline, claiming I wandered at night, claiming I left appliances on, claiming I transferred money erratically. She attached videos, carefully edited, out of context, damning. I built my business on inventory, on logs, on documentation, on redundancy. You don't survive 35 years in retail without records. When Caroline installed smart home upgrades for safety, she didn't realize I kept administrative control. Every camera, every microphone-enabled assistant, every motion sensor, all backed up to my private cloud. Months earlier, when her questions became sharper, I activated extended storage. I didn't know what I was preparing for, but I trusted instinct. Court-ordered testing. Caroline seemed confident. At the clinic, they ran cognitive assessments. I performed unevenly, some days sharp, some days slow. The neurologist frowned. This fluctuation isn't typical. She ordered blood work. When results returned, her tone changed. "Mr. Mercer, there are sedative compounds in your system. Elevated levels." "I don't take sedatives," I replied. She asked who managed my supplements. I answered truthfully. Silence filled the room. The night before court, I met my attorney. We logged in to my cloud account. Hours of footage, most of it ordinary. Then we found it. Caroline's voice. "Just add a little more tonight." Victor's reply. "He's barely keeping his eyes open." Her laugh was soft. "He won't remember." We kept listening. "If he hesitates, ask again. It looks worse." My attorney leaned back slowly. "This," he said, "changes everything." Caroline cried beautifully. "I love my father," she said. Victor described my episodes. Their lawyer presented charts tracking my decline. The judge looked concerned. Then my attorney stood. We request the court review unedited home system recordings. Caroline stiffened. The first clip played. Her voice, clear, unmistakable. Just added to his tea. The courtroom went silent. Another clip. He won't question it. He already doubts himself. Gasps rippled through the gallery. The neurologist testified next. His cognitive symptoms correlate with ingestion of sedative agents not prescribed. The judge's expression hardened. Caroline tried to argue context. Stress, misunderstanding, concern. But context doesn't survive timestamps or toxicology. The guardianship petition was denied immediately. The matter referred for investigation. For the first time since she moved in, Caroline looked afraid. Not of losing me, of losing control. They moved out within days. Quiet returned. But it wasn't the same quiet. It was heavier, sadder, clearer. I sold the house, not because she wanted it, because I refused to live in a place where I'd been studied like a patient in my own home. I moved to a lakeside condo with tall windows and sunlight that didn't feel monitored. Within 2 weeks of managing my own medications, the fog lifted completely. I revised everything. Most of my estate now funds small business mentorship grants, elder legal defense programs, technology literacy workshops for seniors. If someone had taught me more about smart devices sooner, perhaps I'd have confronted her earlier. But regret is unproductive. Preparation is not. She requested to see me once before charges advanced. I agreed. She looked smaller. "Dad," she whispered, "I thought you were slipping away." I met her eyes. I wasn't slipping, I was pushing. Tears fell. I needed help. You could have asked. Silence filled the room. You chose control instead. Age is not weakness. Repetition is not incompetence. And concern is not always kindness. The most dangerous theft isn't money, it's narrative. Once someone convinces the world you are unstable, they own your reality. Unless you document the truth. I remember everything, and that is why I am still free. If this story unsettled you, it should, because somewhere, someone is quietly being told they are confused when they are simply being manipulated. If you believe elders deserve protection, not performance, subscribe. Share this